Hello everyone, welcome back to another tutorial from sysadmin 102. In today's video, I will show you how to enable two-factor authentications, 2FA or passwordless logon on Debian Linux with the YubiKey. For this tutorial, I'll be using Kali Linux, but it should work on a different variant of Debian Linux. First thing first, you need, if you plan to use the two-factor authentications, it is recommended that you have a minimum of 2 YubiKey. The reason being that two-factor authentication requires both your password and your YubiKey to log in. So if one of the YubiKey, you lost one of the YubiKey or one of the YubiKey is damaged, you might not able to log in your system. So it's recommended that you have a spare key. And passwordless options, I recommended to use passwordless options. If you have an encrypt NVMe, your Linux is partition is encrypted, meaning during boot you have to provide the encryption key to decrypt the data in order to log in. That already a lot secure. Password is just another layer, and if you enable passwordless, it quicker to log in your system, and as well as authenticate like sudo command or whatnot. And with that, let's get started. So first thing first, we're gonna open terminal, and then like always, the link will be under the descriptions, so you can open it up, follow along, or copy the command if you don't want to type it in. So first thing we're gonna do is update and upgrade. And because I'm recently upgraded to the latest version of Kali Linux, so it's 0 upgraded or 0 newly installed. And next we're gonna install the libparm U2F. Alright, and next we're gonna associate a YubiKey. Currently I have a YubiKey inserted, but if you don't, make sure you inserted your YubiKey. First we're gonna make the folder in the config .config folder, name it Yubico. Alright, and after we have a Yubico folder, next we're gonna associate a YubiKey. And you're gonna enter the pin for your YubiKey. This tutorial assumes that you already set up your YubiKey. And after you enter the pin, it's gonna flashing. So you would tap on your YubiKey, and there we go. We have a YubiKey associated with the system. And next, I'm gonna insert the second YubiKey. All right, and we're gonna use the command in step 244 to enroll that YubiKey as well, and pin number, and we're gonna tap that YubiKey, and there we go. So after you associated the YubiKey, we're gonna enable the sudo 2FA. I'm gonna edit the parm.d sudo using the nano text editor, and we're gonna add this line under the add include common authent. So right underneath this. Alright, and Control X, Y for yes, and enter. Don't close out your terminal. We're gonna open up a new one so we can run the test. And if you don't want to do the 2FA, you would use the second one. The only difference is you would put it on top of the add include common authent, but we're gonna go back to that one, and then we're gonna test the YubiKey just to make sure it's working. All right, and Alright, and you tap the YubiKey, and there we go, it's working. We're gonna open up another terminal and remove the YubiKey, just so I can show you that without a YubiKey you will not able to authenticate sudo even with the correct password. It will say that, you know, sorry, try again, because the YubiKey is missing. And with that, I'm going to insert the second YubiKey just to make sure that we successfully authenticated. And we're going to tap in the password again. And notice this time it says tap the YubiKey to authenticate. And I tap the YubiKey and we're able to authenticate sudo. So that means that both of our key is good to go and enroll with the system. Alright. And in order to enable the 2FA login, we will have to edit the LightDM to enable the login string using the YubiKey. Alright, and we're gonna copy and paste this line under the add include and common L10. Enter, and Control X, Y for yes, and enter. Okay, and after that we're gonna log out to the logging string. Alright, so first we will attempt to log in without the YubiKey. And even though the password is correct, it said that the password is incorrect. Next, we're going to insert the YubiKey. Alright, and we're going to re-input the password. And it asks us to tap the YubiKey to authenticate. And there we go. That's how you enable two-factor authentications on your Debian Linux, or in this case Kali Linux. Alright, and next step we're gonna undo the 2FA in order to enable the passwordless login. So I'm gonna open up terminal again, and same thing, we would edit the parm.d in sudo. And we're gonna remove this line, or what you can do, you can put the hashtag in front of it. Now it's making it become a common instead of an actual line. And then we're gonna put it in on top of the add include common L10. And this one we're gonna use the passwordless options, so it's gonna go before the add include common L10. Alright, I'm missing the A. There we go. And Control X, Y for yes. And we're gonna test this by opening up another terminal, and we're gonna sudo echo test. And all you have to do is tap the YubiKey and you're able to authenticate. If you don't have a YubiKey inserted, you can use a password as well. Okay, and next step we're gonna edit the LightDM to enable the YubiKey passwordless login. So again, we have to disable the 2FA first by adding the hashtag in front of it, and then we're gonna add the this line for the passwordless login on top of the add include common L10. Enter, and Control X, Y for yes, enter, and then we're gonna log out to the login string. Alright, in this case, we're gonna log in using the username and password. And it's logged in. And then next, we're gonna log in using just the YubiKey or passwordless options. So I'm gonna use the PQ that U that U and sysadmin 102. Alright, we log back out. And now I'm gonna type in the username, sysadmin 102, and then we're gonna insert the YubiKey and tap. And we're gonna tap on the YubiKey and enter, or click on select login. And there we go, we're able to log in using just the YubiKey. We don't have to enter any password. And that concluded today's video. If you think the video is helpful, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.